Good call.
Oh, dang.
Roll charisma.
Oh, that kind of like...
Yeah. Well,
would this count as an assist, though? With,
Sure. Yeah, you could try an assist.
yeah, even though it's
Alright,
flat 2d6.
yeah.
Oh, wow. Well,
Ooh,
I mean, it pushes it to a
that,
10, but
that
now
yeah,
does
I'm
push
now
it
we
to a
are
10.
sharing consequences.
but it's a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Anemone just sort of goes, yeah, we should just let them onto the table. Like, it's not like uh, they don't need to be in a bottle, right, June? And June just like sighs and rolls her eyes and just goes, "Do what you want. But you know how Francis gets."
Francis?
Francis.
Francis.
Getting all kinds of names.
So yeah, Anemone tilts the bottle over carefully
Well,
and
thank you.
then undoes the cork so you can walk out onto the table.
Yeah. Sherry, stumbles a bit, asks for,
Yeah,
a bit
Lydian
of help
helps.
for,
Lydian helps you
yeah,
out, like offers his hand to kind of guide you out.
yeah. She says, and she does make a little comment. Oof. It is, I don't know about you guys, but it's a lot harder to navigate like this. Really throws off my, senses.
I can only imagine.
See, the thing is, being released now kind of undermines what Cherry was gonna do with singing the
Oh
song.
no,
It doesn't really
sorry.
work anymore. Yeah. No, because she was going to, she had a whole story. It was gonna be like a guilt thing about, Kyoko's daughter, actually, who was imprisoned in a cage, and,
Uh-huh.
the song she made, Longing for Freedom, that nearly drove a king mad. But, well, we're out of the cage now. It doesn't hit quite as hard.
But hey, there's the bigger cage of this whole house.
Yeah.
And this
No,
situation.
I think we'll still go with that. So Cherry starts playing a few notes, and they're very somber. Um, I played you one of Kyoko's songs, her main song before. She, as I mentioned, she's my ancestor, and her daughter, her only daughter, my great 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 grandmother, was Katsuki, and she was legendary in her own right. She performed when she was young. She performed before a king who became obsessed with her music and wanted to have her live in his court forever, play for him. But all of my ancestors and I, we need the open road. We can't stay in one place for more than a couple months at a time, really, without going mad. And so, Katsuki was clever, and she escaped. And then she was inevitably captured again. She was always a superstar, not one for flying under the radar. And after being captured a few months later, she escaped again. And this went back and forth for, 20 years before finally, the king, elderly now, just so obsessed he needed to have her around, for his final years. He ordered her legs broken and she was chained down. With the broken legs, she couldn't escape, and eventually she gave up. And that's when she wrote this song. And, uh, and she starts performing it. Just this, like, incredibly, supernaturally moving song of just, like, feeling imprisoned and trapped and helpless.
Mm-hmm.
A song that convinced a king to let her go because he couldn't bear to hear the song for the rest of his life.
Damn.
See, the king was rational and was like, no, I don't want to hear this fucking sad song. Instead of the fucking, like, it's not like the whole city just adopted it and decided we're gonna sing this song every day so that everyone's miserable and that will be our town's gimmick.
And that town became Terrebonne.
Well, that's a Kino's Journey reference. Hey, viewers at home, watch Kino's Journey, The Beautiful World, 2003. It's a great show.
Is it Kino?
It is. It really is. They knew what they were doing with that name.
Right. So yeah.
Do you want me to roll charisma
Yeah.
or
Roll
something?
charisma. Roll charisma.
Oh, 8.
Yeah. Anemone just goes, "Wow, it's so beautiful. We really can't keep them here, June." And June just says, "We'll wait for Francis to come back. He'll have calmed down."
Hmm.
And finally, after a while, the man does reemerge. And
Actually,
says, "What
before he
is
does come
that?"
back,
Yeah.
Lydian does want to try asking some questions, or he does want to try
Okay.
talking. So, like, just kind of after that, he looks to June and says, "June, you don't seem too happy with this arrangement, if I might say. I don't wish to pry, but it seems like this sort of thing don't sit too right with you.
Oh, it's just the boss's latest obsession.
Is Francis the boss, or is that someone other?
Francis. Yep.
And what did Francis do to earn such a position?
Oh, he just had an eye for the arts and crafts.
Arts.
Created some amazing toys, some amazing models. Caught our attention, and we wanted to help him out.
You wanted to, so this is done of your volition.
Hmm.
Figure someone doing something out of genuine excitement, genuine feelings of wanting to do this might seem more energetic about it than you currently do.
Well, with his recent pretension towards uh, miniatures, he's gone a little bit overboard, I'll admit.
Looking around, looking at what has been done here and the havoc he's causing, I'm inclined to agree, and I'm glad you can see it. He shrunk us and put us in a jar and was considering what to do with us. Do you not think now might not be the time for an intervention?
It's just so cursed every time.
What's that?
Yeah.
Just put us in a jar deciding
Oh,
what
yeah.
to do with us.
What if he came back down here with no pants on? What would you say?
Yeah, she stews
Because that
on
would be
that.
some hell of a revenge for freezing his door. A man is losing his livelihood over this. That ain't right. I'm sure you can agree on this.
Roll charisma.
I need my 10%, damn it.
Nice.
Nice.
Ooh. Alright, yeah, she stews on that for a bit, and that's when Francis walks back in. And says,
I wonder. No, I was gonna do something really stupid and stand behind the bottle so it looks like, but I'm not gonna.
yeah.
I like that.
Walks in and says, "What is that music?" And what is that music? It sounds. What are they doing out of the bottle?
The acoustics don't work right inside the glass.
Anemone just puts her hands up, like it's not like they're doing much harm out of the bottle.
Come on, we're
don't know why
rather
you
we're
put it
rather
in
small.
there.
We are not getting off this table without your blessings, so this just lets us breathe a little easier.
Yeah, true. This is heights now.
And she's still rather uncomfortable. Yeah, Lydian is kind of stood a good distance away from the table's edge. You didn't like it when your door was frozen this morning. You know how it is to be trapped.
Yeah, he looks around and looks like between you three, specifically at Nico, who he's figured had something to do with the door being frozen.
Baseless accusation.
It was cold outside. It's winter. Your door is just never frozen completely. It's a solid
Yeah,
block of ice.
it's very cold, you know?
So June just stands up and says, "Francis, we gotta put an end to this. I mean, going with a building now and now people, it's getting a little out of
Scientist.
hand."
Nico, I know you're about science, but this is not science. This is something rather depraved.
It is. I am.
Nico absolutely would shrink like people and put them in jars to study them.
Yeah.
I am highly intrigued though about this, but I did not expect to be the test subject.
Do you know how it feels now?
I've been the test subject many times before.
Did you enjoy it?
Science, yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes.
That was a bad line of inquiry.
Yeah, he just goes, "Come on, you two, we're in this together. This is a whole miniature town we're building. It's gonna be the best work of my life." So I had to taking a. I don't want to have people locked up like this, but they're after the building.
Well, you're not really building a miniature town if you're just shrinking down pre-existing ones. Wouldn't it be more fun to build your own buildings to shrink down rather than just taking ones that already exist?
I just felt like it was the perfect little tavern. With all the ins how it was inside.
There were people who frequented that tavern. To them, it was their perfect little tavern, and now they can't use it anymore. The owner is mighty distressed.
More to the point, though, at that point, it's taking the artistry out of it. The joy, the fun in that work comes from making a little tavern like that, building that city. You can take inspiration from it, recreate it, but recreate it as your own thing. Something small and miniature that's so much more beautiful and meaningful than just taking a shortcut. This isn't a work of art. This isn't a depiction, you capturing the beauty of something. This is just you putting a box around something and taking it away from other people and claiming that it's something you made now. But that doesn't fulfill in the same way.
I agree with her, says Anemone, just like crossing her arms and like looking up at him. I, we're I know we've been going around helping you, but we should look. This might be the last, but come on. And June says, "This might be the last chance to turn back before it's too late for you, Francis."
Francis, I did not get a chance to peruse your actual shop upstairs, but it is a toy shop, correct? And judging from your dispatch delivery, you are something of a craftsman, correct? You are capable.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I happen to be traveling around, looking for little businesses to invest in, and, well, if you don't mind my saying, this is the littlest business I've seen so far. And I don't mean that in a rude way. Now, I get that bar back, I'm looking at a little windfall. I'm looking at making 10%, a bar that is currently 10% of its original size, if not a lot smaller, but hey, I'm just kind of going with the words here. I'll help you, you help me out, I'll help you out. Does that sound good? You want to make the perfect little town, you're going to need a little bit of starting capital.
You'll provide me with money if I let you all out and return the tavern?
It can be money, it can be business help, it can be materials. I'm good at sourcing these things. I'm just trying to make a few connections here.
And June just asks, and maybe no one has to talk to the town guard.
You have two fairies helping you out, but I'm a being with his own kind of magic. Let me work that magic. I'm perfectly
Alright.
willing to overlook fairies, especially when they seem happy to be here. That ain't cheating, that's just being smart.
Alright, so roll charisma, but I think you should take a bonus. since you have his fairies arguing alongside
Yeah.
you.
They are assisting.
Yeah.
NPC assistants.
So I guess roll charisma twice.
All right.
All right,
Ooh,
yeah.
nice.
10. Very good. Yeah, he just like puts his face in his hands and goes, this is probably the best place. I guess you're right, Jude. Alright.
We're all making fine points here. This goes much further, and eventually your perfect little town, well, you'll be looking at it from a perfect little jail cell. And what Cherry says is also right. There's no artistry in that. You make it yourself, it will be truly your little town.
Okay. Blow him back up. He just says, get like defeated.
You asked for it, boss. June snaps and we all explode into
Yeah.
viscera.
Please, think of your wording.
So yeah, June and Anemone gather you three up to get you on the floor for this.
Yeah, so we
before-
don't scatter all the bottles or just
Yeah.
fall off a table.
Yeah.
Be a good way for Lydian to die, just falling off a table.
And yeah, it was just Swede, where are you? You're not in the roll 20.
Oh, weird.
There
It
you are.
disconnected me.
Yeah. So yeah, and
Also,
after and yeah, they get you on the floor and then they just gaze at you. There's like a poof, few poofs, and you grow rapidly back to normal size.
Cherry immediately sort of relaxes, rolls her shoulders. Oh, that is so much more comfortable.
Does feel good to be set right.
And yeah, he just says, he looks at you, Lydia, and says like, you'll help me out.
I'll help you. I'm a man of my word. Why don't we sign
All
on
right.
it?
All right. You support. You give support. I'll get to crafting.
If you don't mind, I would like to see some of your work, some of the toys. Or, well, feel it, if you don't mind me touching.
I'd like to
They're,
learn more about your shrinking abilities.
they're upstairs. You can feel them as much as you want. And he hands Lydian the bottle with tavern in it.
Okay, now, I'm gonna help you with resources and what have you, but we're gonna need a little bit of a two-way street, but we can negotiate that later.
All right.
I'll figure out what to have in return, but don't worry, you'll have your perfect town.
Mhm.
Matter of fact.
So yeah, yeah. So yeah, June and Anemone say that they'll go with you to put that tavern back where it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Perfect.
Imagine just, casually, cool, we got it, and just, dumps the tavern out of the bottle and it just, shatters on the ground.
Well, I happen to know some builders.
Cherry, looking at... Is he good as a toy maker?
Yeah,
Is he...
yeah. He's
Nice.
got impeccable craft.
Cherry does ask, Lydian, just... I don't know. Is a 13-year-old too old for stuff like this? That seems... a 13-year-old doesn't want something like this, right?
Lydian is a little bit from. Kids ain't really my business, I'm afraid. But I don't know. Perhaps I figure a 13-year-old they might enjoy being fought about.
Yeah, but
I'll
I don't know. Just trying to figure out something good to get from Hemlock while I'm visiting here.
13-year-old, is it? Who is that to you?
My son's turning 13 this next year.
Oh well, congratulations.
Alina
Thank you.
Skimperbell's senses tingling.
What?
Do you have any kids with the ex-wife?
I'm afraid I don't. So I've managed to avoid that conundrum.
That is a shame.
Oh, it's just the way things played out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets a little bit quiet, but then he says, "I think you should get him a gift."
I'll give him something, just don't know if from here. But and then she kind of like, whispers by the other problem is I have absolutely no money right now.
Well, for your help in this endeavor, I'll spot you this one.
I'm still waiting on my 10%. I'm holding you to that.
I'll cut you in. You'll get a little cut of the 10.
All right. So yeah, you all head upstairs. Yeah, Jude and Anemone are ready to go. Bring it back up.
Hmm. Yep, perfect.
Put the tavern back where it's supposed to be.
And as they're walking, Lydian does ask, "Now, no, looking at his crafts, Francis is clearly a man of talent, but how exactly do fairies fall in with a toy maker?"
Oh, we just loved what he was doing, so we decided to help him out. We're sort of employees.
That's a rather interesting story.
Oh my god, we're approaching on Christmas. This is Santa!
Oh my god.
I guess they're fairies, not elves, but like, this is Santa.
And you fucking froze his door, Jack Frost.
So true. You know what? Cherry asks Anemone her advice on.
if
They
Francis
clearly
fell off
know
the
the toys
roof-
well.
Oh.
What's the best toy here for a 13-year-old boy, in her opinion?
Ooh. That says well, if they like trains, you got a model train.
Wait, you said trains don't exist in the setting.
Oh no, oh, we got a model
toy trains.
trolley.
A
Trolley.
toy cart.
I think trolleys are canon, though. I think we established that in Custer at one point.
I can't remember it being. I cannot remember there's no trains thing. I've just never thought about trains.
This
before.
is fucking stuck with me. I remember being irritated ages ago. I wanted trains, and Neo was like, no trains.
Were you scared of a repeat of Tumbleweed?
I just said there weren't trains, but no, I meant
No
trolleys.
trains, no photographs. Those are the two big ones. And then, also that came up this session that November and December don't exist. October is just 3 times as long. Those are, the 3 Hemlock things that I have on multiple occasions been like, God damn it, about.
What was the third one?
October.
The months that November and December don't exist.
No, well, I mean, aside from the months and the...
Oh, photographs.
Oh, photographs, that's right, yeah.
Which you've run into that too a couple of times. This was my first time catching you on trains, though.
Yeah. So yeah, a trolley, like they have at Custer.
So wait, do rails exist?
For trolleys,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, or they like
the
trolley buses.
monorail, actually. Emberwell has a monorail, actually.
Yeah.
Actually, how the trolleys and stuff like that work, it's actually like in Fallout where there's just someone, wearing it as a hat who's running really fast.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
are they like trolley buses where they don't actually have? They don't use rails.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a model of a trolley. Like they have in Custer.
My word.
Yeah, if Lydian is willing to put up the money. Cherry will get that.
Can I do that when I've rolled the move I should have done at the start of the session?
Yeah. Sure.
Should we do that now or?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, first we'll do the Well, you've got to bring back the tavern.
Yeah, okay. Because I should narratively have money at this point.
Yeah.
Right.
In universe, you have money. We just
Yeah.
haven't rolled for how much you actually have yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, you're gonna roll the move, and all you're gonna get is surplus.
Yeah.
No coin.
I think I choose surplus or money. I don't know, to be honest.
I figured I chose.
It's my move.
It is your move. You are right.
It's your move, Kaiba.
So
Kaiba.
you place the miniature tavern down in the lot where the fairies tell you to put it, pixies tell you to put it, and then they together put their hands out, and poof, it's back where it's back to normal.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was there anyone inside? Went for a little
No.
ride.
No.
That's a shame.
Just
I like
there's
to
just like the
imagine just like
there's
the
just one
offspring-
guy sat at the bar, like the big guy from
Yeah.
Cheers.
Oh, I was just picturing like Offspring Barney Gumble just like steps out the door. Oh,
yeah.
what a night!
They told
Yeah,
me
Harry.
they told me to see a shrink, but
So Harry walks over and he's like, "I can't believe it. You actually got it."
I'm very good at my job.
That one doesn't get a laugh.
No.
No, I'm not even. Nico is not laughing.
Oh, come on, are you two so
Has
pix-
Nico laughed once at these?
Yeah, Lydian just kind of turns back to you. Oh, come on, don't be so pixie.
Borderline offensive.
They just shrink the bar again. It's like, okay, actually, fuck
Yeah.
you. Okay.
I found it somewhat distracting. Just that the one is named June. That is, my roommate's cats. One is, literally named Cherry, and then the other Junie we call June a lot. And it's literally Cherry and June. It's the cats.
It was distracting for me because I started watching Sopranos again, so I'm just picturing a fairy that's just Uncle June.
Oh my god.
It'd be very strange.
Okay,
This
so
Junie.
Harry just asked, "So where was it?"
Oh, it was just bottled up somewhere.
Right.
But we got
No one came in the jar, we assure you.
It's just a giant glob on top of the bar.
Well, everything looks to be in order, so I guess I shouldn't ask too many questions.
No, everything should be as it
Of course.
was.
Well, I guess you get 10% of the revenue then.
Well, thank you. Now, if you need any business advisement, any ways to draw in new customers or maybe expand the business, just drop me a line. I'll be on my travels, but I can always handle consultation on the road.
Right. Okay.
But let me have a look inside your bar. Why don't we step in for a quiet drink now that everything's back
Yeah.
open?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, Lydian
Cherry
turns-
will, accommodate while they talk and go over things. Like, she'll, just almost like out of habit, before thinking, reflexively sort of like serves them the drinks, plays some music in the background, while they discuss things. Helps provide a more comfortable, hospitable atmosphere.
Oh, did I gather up 2 bags of pixie dust while we were trailing?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah,
when...
she's not going to use those. She's not going to spike the drinks with those.
No,
or
I didn't
anything,
imagine, but when at some point when Nico isn't looking now that the job is done, he does slip her the
Yeah.
2 bags.
Yeah, she thanks him for that.
Come on, Nico, do you want to stop in for a drink?
Well, I could certainly use a refreshment.
It's been a busy day. Everyone needs to unwind for but a moment and consider what lies ahead.
Yes, you definitely could use a drink, I think. But, she asks, no, actually, let's play this out. Tell me, well, what do you like?
Just a red wine, I find.
Oh, no, I meant to Nico.
Oh, right.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh.
that makes more
What
sense.
She's
is it?
serious.
Well, I need to keep my mind clear at all times. I would just require some water.
Oh, honey, you need to relax. We need to get this teenager drunk. We need to
It's
force
for
him
his
to
own
consume
good that we
alcohol.
poison this child.
Oh, honey, we can do better than that. Have you ever tried anything? Wine? Anything like that?
Swede?
Nico?
What? No, Nico is. No. Why would I need to? I don't need alcohol.
You don't know that if you haven't tried that. Isn't that the scientific method? You have to experiment with things, see how they affect your body.
Well,
Alcohol can be good at it removes your inhibitions.
it clouds my mind.
It also releases your mind, frees you from, your things that might be stopping you or giving you a blocking your thoughts. Gives you a more open state of thought.
Glass of water.
You're being very unscientific right now, Nico.
You know, do not talk about me about science. I know. Try not to lecture me about science. I know science.
Nico, you're
I'm
very,
sure you
you're
do.
very, very good at the practicals and the theory. You are a double threat, but surely at one point all science was just in the fog of human imagination. And I imagine some of the greatest inventors, philosophers, thinkers of our time have needed to release their inhibitions once in a while to think a little bit more loosely.
Actually, here's a question. What's the drinking age in Emberwell?
It's not
We're
winter.
in.
Right. No,
But Nico's from Emberwell.
yeah.
In Emberwell, probably 16.
16.
16?
Wow. They get the kids on the juice fast.
Yeah.
Well, Nico doesn't feel like drinking. Nico adamantly refuses. No. It will cloud
This
my...
does segue for Cherry. She tells the story, not just to me, but to everyone. Just one of her stories. This one's a funny one. It's about a professor who was a sort of savant who was depressed during his studies and drank a lot during them, and then later in life found he could only remember any of it. He was only a genius when he was drunk, so he would just be this sort of bumbling, clueless guy normally, but you get some liquor in him and he becomes a savant and just tells of some of his wacky adventures he went on.
I think, Lydian is listening intently, laughing along, and at some point chimes in, well, I knew somebody like that. Not an inventor, not a scientist as such, a fellow businessman, a fellow with the gift of the gab and what have you, but his method was similar but kind of opposite. He'd get everyone else drunk and then start talking.
Yeah, Cherry gives a big laugh at that. He's a smart man.
Well,
Cherry says, pouring everyone some more alcohol.
Except for Nico.
Except for Nico. Spikes his water.
But
Yes.
no, she needs the fairy dust already. Damn.
Actually, without you seeing it, Nico does spice his drink wet
Oh,
with a bit of sugar.
wow.
Wow.
They're from fucking Emberwell, and they're not going to use pixie dust, though? Like, come on. That's like the Emberwell special.
No, Nico
One
needs
of
that.
these days, we're just gonna find, like, a warehouse in Emberwell of just, like, thousands of pixies, being, like, their pixie dust being harvested, and it's gonna be real depressing. All those wacky pixie dust hijinks we've had in Emberwell.
Well, actually, Nico needs that At least that was science. Plus, it's really expensive.
What if that's Nico's secret? Coming up with a way to make like synthetic that's like the big invention. Invent synthetic pixie dust that, you don't need pixies from.
Well,
Like the meth to pixie dust's cocaine. Nico's just gonna become our Walter White for Hemlock. Gonna meet Felina and ruin everything. Sylvana's gonna get fucking shot with a cryogenic amplificator.
Okay,
Ariana's
so
gonna get half her face blown off all because of Nico.
you hashed out the details, I guess, with Harry.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, O'Malley left.
I tell him how to kind of contact me on the road, correspondence.
Right.
God, I really want to talk alignment at the end of this session. I kind of want a custom one, but we'll have to work that. We talked about working that out.
Yeah, I'll write you one.
Sure. Yeah.
For next, probably.
Because I didn't like any in the thing, but yeah, Lydian kind of goes over the deal, 10%, and he kind of he says, "Oh, we're cutting Cherry in, so we need to." So, what do you think, Em? Like, what do him and Cherry work out on their split in this deal?
I think, like the 10% mentioned, I think we could just default to that. If you want to roll, though, like, Cherry is, getting people kind of drunk. She's not drinking right now, she's staying sober. If you want to do something with that, of her, like, kind of getting a slightly better deal in there.
Yeah, okay.
We already signed the contract.
Yeah, we already signed on that. So, but I think this is between them because he is willing to just go. He is willing to just go. 50,
yeah, Cherry's 10% cut. That was a verbal contract.
Yeah, but I mean, that was he was cutting her in the 10%. That wasn't like another 10% on top of his. He was giving up part of his. You know what? Let's just say he goes 50-50 with her as a sign of good.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So you both get 5%.
Yeah, basically. Lydian wants to make a good impression, and he's seeing like, oh, she's good. It's good to have someone like that trusting you.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Nico got his materials. He's thinking this man is... He's kind of picking up this kid. He's not good with business, and that could be good, but that could also be a problem. But it means that if I'm around, I'll be the first one to get to him.
Okay, now, should we do that entrepreneur?
Yes, let's do that. And for the first session, let's just go big. So when you have downtime, choose up to 3 of your ventures to tend to and roll charisma.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go take it.
Sure. I'm gonna add the tavern to this later on, but this is how the move is basically. You have 2 or 3 business ventures, contracting service, which is our builders. I've decided. I went with silver mine because the Midas cult came out of silver mines. They have a few of them, so Lydian operates one of them. Transportation service, secrets, lost goods. So that's, I imagine, carts and stuff like that,
Yeah.
It's kind of in conjunction with a lot of it is in conjunction with the silver mines because, they need to be able to ferry the goods into towns and that.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah, so when you set up a new venture, when you have downtime or at the beginning of a session, choose up to 3 of your ventures to tend to and roll charisma. On a 10+, each venture you chose either produces its surplus or money for you, and you take +1 forward to making requests of your domain. On a 7 to 9, only one of your ventures produces surplus or money for you, and one venture experiences disaster such as bankruptcy, legal problems, or the disaster listed. So it can be a bit more varied than whatever's just there. Those are thingy suggestions. On a miss, all the ventures you chose experience disasters. Ventures you choose not to tend to do not produce for you and do not suffer disasters, but may still experience changes. If a venture produces money, your take is 1d6 times 100 coin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm going to be spending money a lot in this campaign, assuming that money comes up a bit. Just to kind of,
Yeah.
because Lydian is very much a guy of not hoarding the wealth, and besides, he doesn't have good carry weight anyway. He wants to spend and get new businesses going. Should I just do all three to start with, and we get a good baseline for how things are going? Because yeah, let's do that. Because he had to tend to his businesses before he left. So
Yeah.
this is the kind of, these were the last minute tending to. This could go horribly wrong. It did not, though.
Nice.
They all produce your
Yeah.
surplus or your money.
Lydian left on a good note. Like, he
Holy
began
Yeah.
his
shit,
pilgrimage.
that's a lot of money. So 3d6 times 100?
Well, Neo, do you want to go with that idea of you choose surplus or money? Because I'm okay with that, actually. I think,
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah. just don't skim me on money too much.
So they all produce surplus, and so does everything else. Bye.
Oh boy, we've got so much influence,
All that
silver, and
silver.
secrets.
Okay, I'll say the transportation service produces surplus.
Okay.
The silver mine produces money, and the contracting service produces money.
Okay. So, surplus on the transportation services, secrets. Okay. So we
Yeah.
got. Hang on, but I'm gonna try and jot this down in my notes thing.
You know what's fucked up?
What?
So Ariana also had like a move. That was the last thing she took in addition to the Miracle Worker that as a compendium class, which is one of Lydian's. Again, just with the weird parallels, she also had a you manage a business thing. That netted her like about 30 coin a month. Like just in how pathetic the rolls were for that.
It's very swingy with custom classes, and that amount of money is already way more than we tend to bloody deal with.
Yeah.
But-
do you mind if we actually would you mind if we tuned that down a bit?
Sure,
point
it's
that
your campaign, but I do still
Times
want a
one.
bit. I do still want a bit of money.
Like,
Yeah,
what if
I like him being wealthy.
what
Especially
a times 10 probably wouldn't be that good. Would be a little too little, probably.
Yeah,
yeah,
I feel so.
it's-
How about a times 30?
We can maybe vary it up and rebalance as it goes along, but let's go 30 for now then.
Yeah.
So right now it's I got a surplus thing, but I got to roll 2d6,
Yeah.
and then we times this by 30. So 5 times 30, that's it's 150.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot less impressive than if we'd kept the 100. But yeah, he's okay. He's up to 150 coin.
Yeah.
But now we got to subtract a bit because he promised to help with the toy, and he also said he was going to offer some material benefit to Francis, but we'll work that out.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to probably go back to Francis afterwards and start hashing out a deal with him.
Yeah. So I'll say put down 20 coin for the trolley model,
Okay.
if that's what Cherry goes with.
Do you go with the trolley?
yeah.
Okay. So 20 coin, so down to 130. What is the name of this bar?
This bar
Harry
is,
Mannett's bar.
That represents an entire month's worth of income in coin for Ariana from running the mayor's place.
This is why Lydian's a real businessman. He's a
Oh my-
real
oh my God.
MH.
What? Why? Oh, hello. Why were you Ariana for a second?
Cause I was doing a roll for Ariana. She got a move in the last session. We never actually used it. Open for business though. You now have like a business similar to what Lydian's doing now. And
I'm
that
gonna
was
say the name of the tavern is the Long Arm.
Okay.
So what happened? How much money did you make?
We've Neo toned it down because my original move is meant to be 1d6 times 100 coin, but now it's 1d6 30, so I made 150 coin.
Damn, son.
And
I like times 50 personally, but because I would say the other thing to remember with the
There you
amount of
go.
coin is that presumably Lydian is like paying the rest of the party as employees, basically. Or at least I
Yeah,
imagine that will be
Yeah,
the
we might
arrangement.
go to times. We might go to 50 later.
Okay. Yeah. I think I was trying to remember to do something and I forgot. Shit.
Damn.
That's fine. I'll come back around. I think. Yeah. So I think when they first buy, I think I'm gonna put some more money down because, kind of jumping in on the festivities, and we're gonna walk away in a sec. So I think the dog wants to be put outside.
Uh-huh.
But seeing Cherry like buying drinks and such, Lydian he takes one of his coins and like he did before, casting a spell, he kind of flips it between his fingers for a little bit, and there's a small imperceptible change in its sheen, and he uses that coin to like buy a drink.
Interesting.
All right.
We're partial owners. We don't drink for free. What the hell?
He's doing it as a show of good faith.
Mm-hmm.
A literal show of good faith.
Yeah.
But yeah, he buys and he does buy a round for people.
Mm-hmm.
How much
Alrighty.
does a round set me back?
Let's say a whole round for the people who are also just trickling into the bar. Is it for them too?
Yeah.
We'll just say 15 coin.
Okay. At 120, so 105. Yeah, Lydian's gonna go for the man. I'm gonna go away for a sec to let the dog out back.
Okie dokie.
Is there any weight to the model trolley?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna be getting rid of it very soon, but
Right. Just gonna toss it into a fucking wood chipper.
she's gonna mail it. Actually, I should use the bathroom too while we're
Wow.
paused right now.
Okay.
How much longer do you think we're going?
I'm not sure. I feel like we're probably towards the end. So.
Yeah. I'm just a wee bit tired.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Has everyone gone for a bathroom break?
M's in the bathroom. Sweet's still here.
Okay. How are you finding Nico so far? Sweet. He seems to have lost him.
Sweet. Oh, you muted it. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I'm here.
How are you finding
Sweet.
Nico so far?
Oh, they're fun to play.
I think it hasn't really
Definitely
been
more-
like a session that has offered him quite as much to do.
Yeah, no. It's also just a thing of I'm so fucking tired. I'm kind of at this hour getting tired because of long weeks. It's not even that super long weeks, but so that's why I sometimes kind of zone out.
All right. Well, back. Very cool. Okay. So we've put that down. We got the bar. What else? What else?
I do have something to do this night.
What do you have to do?
If you so this is probably a bit later once we're done drinking. Cherry asks Lydian for a favor. If he could take down a letter for her. She can't. Writing is a bit of a problem for her.
I can write a letter. That's simple enough.
Yeah.
Dear pesky plumbers, the Koopalings and I have taken the Mushroom Kingdom. The princess is now a permanent guest at one of my 7 Coop hotels. I dare you find her if you can.
So, the letter, just basically says, hello, I'm here safe in Hemlock now, as I told you would be, wound up in Offspring of all cities. Came across a really interesting little adventure when I was here. Tell me what you think of this story. And she tells the story of, the master toy maker and the tiny town. And it's already been, embellished and prettied up a lot. This is now... the focus isn't on them. It's just this sort of little story, almost like a fairy tale about this toy maker who became very, wanted, built all these little miniatures, and he wanted this little town. A master toy maker and his 2 fairy assistants. And so he had them actually shrinking down buildings that he thought were so perfect. And, he kept on shrinking more and more to add, he would see the perfect thing for his little tiny town, so he would have them shrink down that. And before long, most of the town was gone. And eventually some people came, looking for their tavern and, talking to him and basically convince him, it's a moral about the craft versus it's not about having the perfect tiny town, it's about the joy in making the little tiny town, and that's the lesson. And he sees the error of his ways and restores the town, and they all live happily ever after, etc.
Yeah, Lydian writes it all down with quite a bit of focus.
Yeah.
You can hear him just scribbling away. Probably still at the bar at this point. We've probably maybe gone back to a booth or whatever, and things have calmed down. And comes to the end of it, and Lydian says, "It is a mighty entertaining story."
I thought it would, play a bit better to an audience like this.
You've got a lot of stories, don't you? That seems to be your bread and butter.
More than I can count.
Well, I know where my bread is buttered, and I think stories like this could maybe afford to putting them into books and what have you, publishing them, putting them really out there.
Books. And Cherry shakes her head. I mean, I know some of these stories have been put in books and writing and whatnot. My great-great-great-grandmother, Katsuki, I was talking about, there's more than one book written about her. I've had them read to me. They were alright, but it's not for me. You lose something when it's not a person telling you the story. That's where the real magic happens. It's the relationship between storyteller and audience, that intimacy. You have a connection that something with a mass audience like a book can never replicate. That's well enough for some people, but I don't think I could do my stories justice on the page.
Well,
what makes them so good is how I tell them.
I can certainly understand that, and you do have a captivating way of telling them. And yes, that something would be lost, but so many people, not everyone's going to be able to hear your voice. A book can travel so much further and so much more wide than you.
Not everyone will, share the strength. Not everyone, there have been sunsets that not everyone will see. I certainly won't. And, that's okay. Sometimes there's something special about being one of the only people who gets to experience something. And that's part of the beauty of life, knowing that there's always more out there that we haven't experienced.
Well, on that we can agree, but if I might go back to you mentioning not everyone will be able to try this drink, more people will because it's a business. It's produced. Now, sunsets, yeah, we haven't yet worked out a way to pull money
Market
out
sunset. We need a paywall the sunset. This is the glorious future I've been working towards.
Cherry, this is an accessibility issue.
Actually, yeah, Lydian is a little bit frustrated, but he realizes, nope, this will take time. For now, we'll send your story.
What, you think I should, write it down on pamphlets and distribute it free to the masses? Everyone with access. Checkmate.
Fuck, does she actually say that?
No, she does not.
That's a good argument.
Yeah, it is. But it's not one she would make.
Yeah.
And, she says, on the subject, though, and I'm sure spreading it to more people in book means the more people would be paying money for the stories.
Well, that they will. And that could finance your further travels and give you time to think of more stories.
On that note, as I said, I don't have any money on me right now, and before, money comes in from this tavern, postage across the seas is expensive.
I can help with that.
I hope you can. I was gonna say, I've enjoyed how this goes, and I think you could produce a lot of stories. I've offered my services, singing, telling stories, providing music, other comforts. I do massage, I can cook, provide food, anything of the sort.
What kind of place and time and upbringing produces somebody like you?
My family's been doing this for almost 300 years.
Tradition?
I suppose. It's evolved over time. Originally it was just singing, then gradually instrument and performance became more involved. Some of my ancestors, then, after Katsuki, I told the story about, my ancestors became courtesans in noble court. That went, into traveling processions. Someone joined the circus, and eventually, my grandmother, she was part of a legendary adventuring party. Someone else there's many stories written about.
I do like a story.
And ever since then, we've been, traveling and, accompanying any stories we can see told in the telling, to be there to chronicle them. That being said, though, generally speaking, when I provide services of the sort, it's usually not for free.
That's wise.
If you would like to hire me, I would be happy to,
I think
provide.
I think you could be of good service. We're both seeing this part of Hemlock for the first time, so sure. Let's make an arrangement. Yeah, Lydian,
Cherry, does a bit of math. She's heard how much coin is jingling in Lydian's pocket. Make some calculations. What's not too big an offer to bulk at? My usual going pay is 50 coin a week for full, live-in services, so to speak.
could we negotiate that down a little? Because you got a story out of me today. I got a business with your help today. I find
That's true. We can subtract, any profits made from the stake in the tavern out of that, if you like. I certainly wouldn't have gotten that deal without you.
That's a good starting point. But I'm planning on this being a rather lucrative trip. And this could be the first of many business arrangements. You think I'm only happy with 10% in one bar in one town? I'm aiming so much higher than that. I've got to go back and talk to Francis, and I'm going to get the best I can out of that.
How about 30 coin a week plus, a stake in any, business acquisitions or ventures while I'm providing my services and assistance?
While you're providing your businesses and assistance.
I find a bit of hospitality goes a long way in helping a business deal go smoother.
That it absolutely does. But you should be clear on your wording. It sounds like I'm free to cut you out the moment you're no longer providing assistance, and I don't think you'd be very happy with that.
Let me rephrase, get a permanent cut of any businesses, same as you. Any business ventures that are started in the duration that I work for you.
Sure. I'm happy with that. Yeah, Lydian, he says, I'm going to extend my hand to shake, by the way.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Unless you can write in Braille, I do prefer a verbal contract.
I have not picked up Braille, I'm afraid, but we can work this out. I think, yeah, they're going to have to do a verbal... Lydian is a little bit thrown by the shakiness of a verbal contract, but he'll honor his side of it. Or at least I say he will now. I think he will. He has no reason not to. Now, as for you, Angelo kind of turns to Nico. Waterboy.
Oh, I would just, as one quick detail, as they're sorting out the thing, instead of drinking out Cherry, she has one of those, long, thin pipes. She has some fine pipe leaf and, smokes some and, offers some as well to...
Oh yeah, Lydian accepts.
Just a fine smoke. Yeah, anyways.
Yes.
What about... You've made some truly interesting inventions, and from what I gather, you're not too interested in selling up.
Well, I'm more not interested in the business part.
Well, that's where I can come in. I can handle the business front. Creation, distribution, materials. Leave all that to me. Your inventions will be in so many hands so fast you won't even have to think about it. And that's science right there. So many more people can be testing out your inventions. We could be iterating so much faster. You would have so much more feedback than you traveling alone.
You could change the world.
True. Lots of feedback would be appreciated. Well, for the sake of argument, I'll join you, provided you fund my science, and I own exclusive patent to all of my inventions.
How about this? How about this one there, Nico? You keep your patents, And I'll make sure they're well kept. I'll make sure what you invent is in your name and others can't be copying it. But I get distribution rights.
Sounds fair enough.
Perfect.
Oh, and I want to be able to veto anything that if I deem it not worthy of being distributed anymore. Say science reason and certain things are too beneath. Science move fast.
Yeah, Lydian thing. Okay. I'll agree to that.
I'll give I assume the split was meant to be 50-50. I'll give you 10% for it.
You'll give me 10% for 50-50.
No, I'll give you my 10%. 10% of my 15.
Hang on, let's back up here. 10% of your 50% of what?
The profits. I need the profits to continue my science.
So you do actually care about money at the end of the day.
No, I only care about it for as long as it helps me with my science.
How about we work out that fine print later?
Sounds good.
Yeah, that's more frequently happens in the morning than at the end of the day. Like, come on.
I think right now Lydian is just he's getting a migraine trying to work this one out.
Yeah, Cherry is, like taking a long drag on her pipe, long exhale, kind of contemplating this.
All my business acumen has been defeated by this man.
Scientist.
You are a scientist, on that we can agree. You are scientifically invented new ways of business right this moment.
Exactly. Now, anyways, I need to test this. I need to test the cryonic amplification cannon. I've adjusted some of it, adjusted some of its properties. So I'm gonna there.
Please do not aim it at the door.
Nico aims it at the door.
Oh, fuck. This is a hey. I have a 10% stake in this business now, or
blast.
What do you do?
Get those beers frosty cold.
Oh no, Nico is just firing the cryonic amplification cannon at the door.
Just freezes the manager of the tavern solid, and he shatters instantly.
And as Nico is frozen the door, now behold, I have made adjustments. Now the door shall shatter, even from the slightest touch. Nico punches the door again. Fuck it, let's see.
No, it failed again. And a bunch of the patrons are just looking at you and at the door like, what the hell did you just do?
I really love that it's not that his gun doesn't work and can't freeze the door. It's just that he can't, he's not strong enough to punch through.
Please tell me that June and Anemone are still in here with us.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, they stayed around drinking with us. Could you fine ladies get the door, please?
Wait, is June a guy or a girl?
A girl.
Oh, I thought June was a guy. Damn.
No. Yeah, so yeah, they both so he was the one who did it.
Apparently. I'm still not entirely clear what he's doing. But
for whatever reason, is now obsessed with freezing doors.
This would be a lot more fucked up if I was playing as Yuki. Who this is literally one of her powers, freezing things solid so she can shatter them. But that's an advanced move, so she wouldn't be able to do it in session 1.
This is where she would get the idea for that move.
You see Nico. Scientists has damaged themselves. Scientists require aid.
Yeah, the fairies just hold their hands up and there's just a heat source now.
You should be
That's
you should be
fine.
glad you did not shatter that door, because while you might currently require aid, if you had broke it, you would require financial aid.
Hell. Oh, why do I feel that's such a good fucking ending pun?
All right. Do we want to end session here? Actually.
I'm okay with that. I do want to deal with Francis, but maybe we can just do that off game or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because just work out what exactly the deal him and Francis have cooked up,
Yeah.
because I've got an idea.
Right.
Oh, and I was also going to just, say after the thing, if, so is, Lydian willing to pay Cherry up front, though, since she has literally no coin on her at the moment?
Yeah, sure, he'll spot her up front for the first week. So, what was that? They agreed to like 30 coin a week, and she gets
Yeah.
like a cut of businesses. Yeah, okay, so I'll go down to 75 coin, and yeah, she gets 30 on a weekly stipend. I hope you're the one who's going to be tracking dates.
Yes,
because
I am tracking dates, yes.
Good.
Alrighty.
This is
Okay,
a
so
I'm
weird
tracking
scenario.
this, because the problem last time was I was tracking it on my phone, but it was my old phone, and Nikita, like, his phone was broken, and so he borrowed my old phone for a bit, and I didn't get it back for months. I have it back now, finally, but...
Okay, so shall we end session then?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Any
no,
more?
sorry, just, I had one, the reason I needed that coin. She, mails the letter, she wraps up the, toy with a note about, that it came from the master toy maker's shop. This was one of his models he made. But wraps it up with that little note and puts that in a package with a letter to ship that, overseas.
Okay.
But I don't know how much that would cost.
15.
15? Okay, cool.
I'm gonna add the Long Arm Tavern to my business ventures.
Okay. Okay. So any bonds update?
Yes, definitely.
Oh yeah,
New bonds. We got bonds in the house.
Okay, so
Okay.
Give me those starting bonds.
not exactly happy with the cherry bond, but I think it works as a good starting point. Alright, I've typed up my bonds.
Alrighty, let's hear them.
So, Cherry first. I've put in quotes for the moment, but yeah. Cherry is clever and resourceful, a fine addition to the crew. I must be careful, however, as I suspect there are ways in which she is sharper than me, though not the type to make a point of it.
Alrighty. Cool.
And Nico is chaotic and unpredictable. The man himself is a liability. Unfortunately, he's also liable for those fine inventions that could set the world alight. I'll wrangle a good deal out of him if it kills me, and anyone else nearby.
Nice.
Cherry's real name was Sakura, right?
Yes.
Sucker.
Yes.
Waiting on bonds from Sweden.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm almost done. Okay, so I actually have 2 with Lydian and 1 with Nico.
All right.
So first one with actually let's do Nico first. Since there's just the one. Nico is a bizarre little character, but those inventions and that uniqueness of character, that is someone who's almost hypnotic to watch. I can't wait to see what they do.
Nice.
Simple starting out. These were pretty straightforward for me in starting out, just like establishing the basic relationship dynamic. So one of 2 with Lydian. Lydian cut me in on a deal for partial ownership of the tavern, and I worked out a deal to hopefully get more. I'm curious how much profit I can get out of him.
Nice.
Yeah. And then, see, we haven't seen the other side of Cherry's money skills yet, which I'm excited for Lydian to see that. She's excited to make her, but she's even more easy come, easy go than Lydian is. And then the other one. Lydian is a charming man and a mover and shaker of things. I am sure he will lead me to many great stories.
Very cool.
Nice.
All right. Nico, how about your bond?
Well, I have 1 for each of them.
Okay.
His subject 3111, also known as Lydian, reminds me
no.
far too much of those fools back in Amberwell, loving their coin. Bah, think you can sell my invention just for profit. Oh, I'll play along. The funds will be very useful to finish my greatest project ever.
That idiot,
My
I'm gonna give him
greatest invention ever.
that idiot, I'm gonna give him exactly what he wants.
Fool. His subject 312, also known as Sakura, aka Cherry, acts nice. Too nice. She is being too condescending. Clearly a side effect of my shortest stature. I have to show her I'm no mere child. I'm a scientist.
As she pointed out, she can't even tell how tall she can't see his height.
Well,
This is gonna be good to come across.
That's not even true. She can tell very easily how tall people are, but she said that, and I don't think Nico would question. I don't think Nico or Lydian would question her on that yet.
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright. Very cool. Nico, did you prove the value of your inventions to others?
Hell yeah, I did. One of them wants to fucking sell.
That's right. You take an XP
Oh, wait,
for that.
Do you start at level 1 or 0? I keep forgetting.
At level 1.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Take an XP for that. Cherry. Did you spur others in significant, unplanned, decisive action?
I don't know if it was decisive enough, but spurred, Anemone and June to, let us out of the thing and turn against Francis.
Sure, I'll take an XP. I'll give you an XP for that.
Thank you.
while you have this alignment still.
Hmm.
Since we're gonna change it. And Lydian, what about your alignment that we're gonna change?
So it's evil, gain an advantage for your deity at the expense of someone else, which I don't think that's quite the angle I want to take with Lydian.
Yeah.
And it feels like, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how I feel about it. I'm just that I'm not, I'm not on with it,
And you didn't really fulfill it either, so.
Yeah. Like,
no
I don't know
XP.
what it should be. It has to be something tricky with Lydian, but there was nothing that was, like, the best fit, and even then it wasn't, like, anywhere quite near what I think he's about.
I'll cook something up.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, did we learn something new and important about the world?
Pixie dust is quite valuable.
We learned how to get to the realm of madness and stuff about the relationship between it and our world.
Yeah, and the two spawning points of fairies.
Well, I guess the
pixies, what have you.
problem with like saying if we learned this is this
It
was all
came
from
out.
spout lore.
Yeah.
Our characters knew this.
Yeah, I'm trying. Well, we learned about the shrinking magic, and that can be done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
alright,
Yeah.
take an XP
We learned
for
some
that.
of the temperament of fairies.
Yeah, take an XP for that. Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
Oi, man.
I would say so.
Francis.
Like, we were not equipped to, like, get out of there without talking our way out of it, which we succeeded in doing.
I am kind of sad we didn't have a Mr. Mosquito-style boss fight where a miniature Nico was flying around shooting blasters at, Francis. But that's not quite the way I think this party is going to go.
Alright, take an
Nice.
XP for that. Did we loot a memorable treasure?
I got the bar.
Yeah.
The pixie
Yeah, you got a
dust.
bar.
Yeah.
Got a master
We did
miniature
literally
toy
loot the
from
bar,
the
by
master
the way.
toy maker.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did literally loot the bar. That is true. Take an XP for that.
Hmm.
And take an XP for playing. Well gamed. Welcome in the new party.
We did it.
Party 6 is landed.
Oh my god,
Nice.
this is already party 6. Damn.
The party of
Yeah.
commerce.
Snake's the only one who, and Neo, of course, who's been in every party. This is both Sweet and Mai's 5th party.
I'll sit out next one. I want to see what a Hemlock game would be without me anyway. I'm
Oh my
curious.
God.
How long did the last party take?
Yeah, well, how many sessions was last party?
It was shorter than party 4.
Last
Party 4 was-
party was 34 sessions.
Hmm.
Like how long time did it take?
Like 2 years. Almost. Not quite, but we started it in 2021. I think in like late summer 2021. Or do you mean in universe?
No,
Yeah.
you in real life.
Okay.
I want to
so
say we started in July 2021.
I think a little bit before that. But it is what it is.